We're live. We're live. We're live.
Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Hope you had a great weekend.
Like. Hit smash that like button. Get in there. Bring them in the room. Call them out. Share it, and we appreciate you hanging out with us on this motivational Monday.
Motivation Monday. Yes, I want you to please, if you would, ma'am, if you would, sir, share a motivational thought. I listen to Motivation in the Mornings too. By the way, my name is Brian K. McNeill, and this is
Dr. Santiago
and
McNeill.
what you're tuned to is a podcast called Let's Talk About It. We talk about personal conversations here
Business information
and spiritual inspiration.
with a little bit of shenanigans thrown
And we've been doing this Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 9:58 a.m. 9:52 a.m. Eastern Standard Time since October of 2016. That's how long we've been doing this. Into our ninth year with Lisa on my left.
Yes.
So today is a motivational Monday, and I want to talk about a motivational thought that impacts you. I got a few that I want to cover, but also, how was your weekend? Did you do anything interesting? Did you do anything
Absolutely,
interesting?
absolutely.
What day did we go to the
Friday night.
It was Friday night.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. We have to start there,
Yes,
I guess.
it was fantastic.
We went to um
Black
John's Farm,
Charlotte,
Black Charlotte,
a poetic celebration of people, a
history
place
and
and folk.
folk. A place and folk. History of Charlotte, Black Charlotte, a celebration of people and history and folk. And it was with 10, 15 poets. And it was at a beautiful Carolina theater, the renovated Carolina Theater, uptown Charlotte, North Carolina. It's been recently renovated. It's very pretty inside. And the show was incredible. Incredible. Josh Smalls.
Incredible.
And I wish I had the thing in front of us. I want to shout out more names.
Jay Ward,
Jay
Blues
Ward.
Rogers, Josh Small, Sir
Yes.
Abstracts,
Yes.
Cookie, JC, Conwin, Jordan Bailey,
Very
Portia
good.
the Poet, Mr. Woods, and a poet named Superman, and of course the mighty DJ Dion.
Didn't Jordan homegirl son? Uh,
I love it when he asks me
from
a
Love Fellowship
question.
Believers. She said she met
Yes,
both of
she
you.
was there.
What's her name?
Bridget.
Bridget. And Jordan her son?
Yeah.
Yes. So Jordan spoke too, didn't he? I don't
He was
remember.
on the docket.
Yeah.
You're gonna start me to make stuff up.
'Cause I
You
don't
keep
remember
asking
seeing
me
her speak.
things,
But
but
that's
I
okay.
don't know if you don't know.
Okay.
And if I'm not responding quickly, it means that I don't know.
You know we're married, right?
Yeah, but the
But what
question
happens
is, who
in
has the
marriage,
brain?
just like trees communicate.
So we got to hang out with the
We
Matties.
got to
Hey,
hang out
hey,
with the married. It's
hey.
just how trees communicate.
Mhm.
Married people often have to move the brain from one marriage to the other. So sometimes I have to check with you. Do you have the brain today, or do I have the brain today?
Evidently, but you also end up putting me on the spot sometimes.
Okay.
Hey, Miss
And I know you
Philly.
can handle being on the spot because let me tell y'all, after the play was over, after the program was over, it was a beautiful program.
We ran into Vicky Linnell Evans there.
We took pictures with amazing people. The coolest people in Charlotte were at the event. Jay Matty was there with his lovely wife, Sister Katrina.
Sporty King.
Sporty King was there. Anyway, but as we were leaving, a young man with an NPR microphone and really nice digital recording equipment and headphones. He had all the equipment on him, strapped to his body. He saw all the people coming out. We were maybe a little bit ahead of the people, but he saw Lisa. And he grabbed onto Lisa and said, "Could I interview you, please?" And he wanted to pull us to the side. So he pulled us to the side out of the flow of traffic. And he started with generic questions like, "How did you like the program? Or what did you think about this?" But then his questions got deeper. What do you think about the city? What do you think about the current administration? What do you think about this and that? And normally I tolerated more of him asking my wife questions than I normally would have tolerated. But the reason why I tolerated was my wife was giving incredible answers, phenomenal answers. She was knocking it out of the park. She was hitting home runs to these questions. And this guy was trying to lead her to places she didn't want to go, and she didn't take the bait. You know, he was trying to make her say the word Trump, but she wasn't going to do it for him. She wasn't going to do it. She wasn't going to play his game. She was giving him, she was on her game after watching this. Brother Alfred Perry, it's always wonderful to see you come into the room. Alfred Perry says,
Grand Rising. Thank you so very much for being continued living inspiration and for always enlightening us. I'm back in Atlanta with the
woo woo.
determination to get this movie deal.
All right.
Amen. That's motivation right there. Planning to have many book signings in the near future. Much brotherly love,
Sure,
honor,
sure.
respect, and appreciation.
Alfred Perry, man, you are amazing to me. Every time you come in the room, I mean, you set it off, Alfred. You set it off every time you come into the room.
Hey, Stephanie. Woohoo, we are excited. Talking about Friday was amazing. It was wonderful, Stephanie. Good morning. And she says, how was your weekend? It was
It was
fantastic.
fantastic. This is Motivational Monday. Share a motivational thought with us. When you go to a big production like we went
It was wonderful.
at the Carolina Theater, okay? Here's what I know when I go to a big production. First off, it took a lot of people
To make it happen.
and a lot of people wanting to be for it to be successful, for it to be successful.
Absolutely.
Not only that, when you see a big production, this is what I've learned. Big productions like that, it does take a lot of people, but it never goes 100% smooth. There's always hiccups. There's always something that you have to overcome to get it done. If John comes on here and says, "No, we had no problems at all. We made the whole thing easy. Man, we just made a phone call and it was all done." I will not believe it.
Because that would not be the truth.
That would be,
Not only are there often ordeals within the production and the carrying on of the event, the promotion of it, but also people got to deal with life in the midst of that. So it's like a double dutch, if you will,
okay.
that's happening. So your business, your dreams, your aspirations, and then life be life, and you got to figure out how to jump in the rope while all of these things are going
You still
on.
got life.
Absolutely.
Even our featured speaker today will be with us in 9 minutes, actually. He'll be live with us
9
on the
minutes.
day of the event. He had to be that. You know,
Life be lifing.
life be life.
Absolutely. Good morning, Uzama. Thank you for joining us this morning. I am excited. I took the opportunity
Uzama's in the
to
house. Good morning.
also enjoy the album, and we're going to talk about that with Ja as
You
well.
got the album, baby?
Yes, we do have it, and we hope that you all get it as well. It's amazing, this poetry album. My favorite, of course, that I'm not biased in any way, is The Seed. But
The Seed by who?
Ja's fault.
Maybe it has something to do with that you're already a fan of his work, but he does amazing work
He
too.
does. But I actually like quite a few of the tracks on the album. I don't know if I'm using words with that or not.
Tracks on the album?
Okay. I don't know if that's all 80 words or not.
It's okay.
Because now everything is in the cloud and it's streaming, and I don't even know what you call those things anymore.
But going to something like that, I think it adds to your life so much. By going to an event like that, it creates an experience.
It does.
That's worth it. That's a worthy experience for you to go to.
It certainly does. It certainly is. Can I go just a little bit too low?
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because you got to get all the baldness
to
make it right.
I didn't want to cut off the ball.
So, Stephanie, how was your weekend? Uzama, how was yours? Do you have a motivational thought?
Yeah, sure. I know that these guys do. I know that Uzama has a motivational thought because he's often shared them. I know Stephanie has amazing motivational thoughts because she's a writer. I know that those that are watching us, just by nature of the fact that they're watching this show, have some motivation in their hearts. Sometimes just sharing their truth is motivation.
No diggity, no doubt. I was listening to motivation this morning as well, but there's two motivations that I was listening to this morning, and there's one that's on my wall in the bathroom. These two thoughts. One is the thought of what am I grateful for? I'm grateful. Oh my gosh, I'm grateful. I'm woke up again. I can take more air into my body. I got another chance to learn. I got another chance to grow. I am grateful for where I am, what I have, who I'm with. I'm grateful. I am so grateful. That one right there.
Good morning. My weekend was wonderful. The Black Poets event on Friday. Amen. Black Charlotte, a poetic celebration of place and folk. She said,
and we have an amazing cast party for the spectacular actors and crew of The Gift. the musical at Freshwater's Restaurant. We had a saxophonist named Platinum Sax. Oh man, I'm sure that was an amazing
I
time.
know that was amazing, but Vicky be getting around because, honey, after the show Friday night, it took everything I could take to keep my eyes open.
She did all that Friday night?
Yes.
So she left the pose and went to the party?
Yeah, Vicky, I'm not grown enough to hang with you.
She said the food was great, the vibe was magnificent.
The atmosphere was amazing.
That would have been way too far past my bedtime.
Oh my goodness. We did the best we could. And it was awesome staying up late on Friday as it was.
Come on, Stephanie Morris is sharing.
She says every day is a new beginning. Take a deep breath
and start again. Thank you, Stephanie. The two thoughts I was sharing, number one was I'm grateful. Number two is I am responsible. I am responsible. And you know, I've said that a lot of times, I've had it in my book, but it hit me different this morning.
Oh, wow.
I am responsible for all of it. The things that I want done, I'm responsible. That's how I took it this morning, more so than I had been.
Okay.
Like the things I say I need and want done, I got to remind myself today, and I did today, I am responsible. I'm not putting it on anybody else. I'll ask for help. Yes, I want as much help as I can get. I want as much help as I can get. But ultimately, I'm still responsible to make it happen. Brian has to make it happen for Brian the way he wants it to happen. And I find power in that.
Vicky said, no, the cast party was Saturday. Okay. I was thinking because Friday was Friday was a long day.
Lisa and I, we like to show up to events early. Okay, we show up to this event early too. But check this out. We show up early, and Jay Mattier and his wife, they was already there.
We were early, but they were already there.
Oh,
that's grown people.
We got 4 minutes for our special guest.
And I was telling you, everything about the event on Friday was amazing. Everything about, and you know what they say is you have to be there, right? You have to be there.
Yeah.
This is an event that you get to participate in a piece of it, or even though you're not there. Even though you weren't there, you can go to YouTube or you can download the album or you can stream the album and you can share this broadcast. You can hashtag Black Charlotte album so that we can continue to get some eyes and ears on the project.
I'm so glad they made the album because it's portable now and anybody can get it.
It's wonderful.
McNeill, she says, good morning, Brian and Dr. Lisa. Good morning, all. What's the topic, y'all? It's
Motivational Monday.
Weekend update, Motivation Monday, share a motivational thought. Lena Janelle, have you met Josh Smalls?
Have you met him?
Because, Lena Janelle, I think you will love Josh Smalls if you don't already know him.
Absolutely.
Josh Smalls I know they announced that Jay Ward was officially our first poet laureate, but Lisa
I had already wrote that on Thursday.
She called
I had never heard that.
Already.
He was the Charlotte Poet Laureate from Brooklyn.
That's
so
right.
There.
But he's an amazingly accomplished guy. He's all heart. He's all authenticity. He's all love.
Oh, but don't let the smooth taste fool you.
Yeah, he got no background too. He got some Brooklyn on too. And but he's a guy that Lisa and I love to support. We love to support him.
He's willing to put in the work. He's not ever look for a shortcut. I have seen him grinding through because he has a calling on him.
And not giving up and staying in the game. It'd have been so easy for him to drop this poetry stuff and go get a job, just regular job, and only do that. But no, he never neglected his thing.
I'm glad you called it a regular job and not a real job. I've been wanting to punch people in the face when they say that.
It's no play jobs, okay?
No.
If you show up, but you never neglect your thing. Lisa just said he has a calling on it. He has a thing, a THANG.
Absolutely.
The job is the thing. That's what you do to earn the money. But your thing is your calling. And Ja has never neglected his thing.
Vicky goes on to say Jay and his beautiful wife arrived about the same time, and they had a lovely conversation.
Good.
I hope Katrina jumps on so we can debut her updated song.
Yeah.
Dr. Beverly, good morning.
Dr. Beverly, good morning to you, Dr. Beverly.
I'm happy that you're here. Grand rising to my favorite, awesome, beautiful family, Dr. Lisa. You look beautiful this week.
You look beautiful. Oh my God, Lisa got compliments this Friday night especially. They was complimenting her earrings that she made by herself. handmade earrings,
by myself.
and her hair, her earrings, her hair. People called her fly. I'm like, oh my
Uzama says, I share the concept of tonight.
God.
Constant and never-ending
Improvement.
improvement. During my presentation last week,
Amen.
one of the youngins really liked that.
That's right.
I like it when we can touch the youngins.
Yes.
Alfred Perry goes on to say, thank you, sir. Really appreciate you all.
We appreciate
Your
you, man.
marriage and the unconditional love, joy, happiness, commitment, consistency,
Determination and inspiration platform
remind us that true loving Black couples
does
do
exist.
Again, thank you both.
Alfred be
Thank
putting it
you.
down. He's one of these dudes. He'll come to the event and he'll sit around and let everybody say all that stuff. And then when he opens his mouth, it's going to be impactful.
It's about that time.
Coming to the stage. We love him.
The stage.
I wish I had a list of his accolades in front of me right now, but it'd be too long to run through. But what I will say is he's a poet, he's a writer, he's a leader, he's a connector, he's a coach, he's a person that collaborates, he brings people together, and when they have a touch of Jah, they leave his presence feeling better than they did before they got to his presence.
Absolutely.
That's the kind of guy we bring into the stage. Coming to the stage, our friend, Jah Smills. Morning,
Good
sir.
morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's happening? Can you hear me? Okay.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yes.
All right. Now, you heard how we introduced you. Before we launch into anything, please introduce yourself however you like.
Wait, first let me say, Brian, you should always bring me to the stage anytime. All right. My name is Josh Smalls, New York native, been in Charlotte for Dean, like they used to say, Dean. Remember you said Dean? Since like 97, I moved here. So kind of made it home here. Creative writing teacher, poet, author. Yeah, I do the things.
Producer, executive producer.
Yeah, all of those things.
Come through.
Friend.
Friend, father, absolutely.
I'm gonna tell you something funny when people always ask me, introduce yourself or send a bio. And I have these bios that I have written up, and it's just like, they just seem so, they're less entertaining than they really are to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Bios are like, whatever. So it's always kind of rough introducing myself and giving myself the flowers. However, I'm learning to do so. I am taking the time now to give myself flowers as I deserve.
Okay.
Hey, man, you do.
Well, there may be some people in this room right now. We have a very loving audience. They're very entrepreneurial. They're grown folks, and they're predominantly Black that's listening right now. Introduce Jah to them. Like, who is he? What does he do?
So Jah is a full-time father first.
Okay.
I actually live the life of a poet full-time, which means I'm either performing somewhere, having some sort of engagement. I am teaching poetry. I am editing other people's poems. Even when they unsolicited poems that they send to my inbox, like, "Hey, coach, how you like this poem?" But I'm a family man. I'm a proud Black man. I am an entrepreneur. I do all things that I can do to make this dream come true. And that's all I really have. I don't know. Maybe
okay, well, that's amazing.
What is your social media handle like on Instagram or whatever?
On Instagram. In Instagram, I am Coach JAH Smalls, Coach Josh Smalls. On Facebook, I am Josh Smalls. I have an artist page, which is Josh Smalls More Than a Poet on Facebook.
Now, so far, I heard you say that's all I have, but it's inspiring. How many full-time poets do most people know? Okay.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's inspiring. And you know what? Even the people who wouldn't be inspired, give them some time, they'll wish they had the courage and the skills to do it. Love that about you. I hadn't heard you introduce yourself that way before, but I love it myself.
Amen.
So let's take a journey with Brother Jah. Okay, let's take the journey. I'm gonna start asking you questions, bro. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's take the journey. Because for you to get to where you are right now, there had to be an origin. There had to be an impetus. There had to be something that's clicked and turned the switch and said, "This is the route I'm going to go." What brought you here?
Wow. Well, I've been a poet all my life. I used to write poems when I was young. Elementary school, I used to write love poems for my friends to give to girls all the time. And I kind of ventured from that into being an MC. I wasn't a rapper. Rappers are
Okay.
different. I was an MC who can rap. And then when I moved here, I sustained an accident on my job, and it disabled me from work. And they told me all the things. You know, you're not going to do this. You're never going to be able to do this. It's going to be very hard for you to do this. And I just didn't go for that. I didn't accept that. And what I did was, you know, you got to sit still because the lawyers are telling you can't do anything, right? You can't take out the trash. You can't do anything.
Right.
So I'm sitting home. I sat till my back started hurting. I had to figure out something to do because watching TV just wasn't it.
Right.
And I just picked up the pen and I started writing again. Now, mind you, when I was working,
How old were you then?
how old was I?
Yeah, approximately.
I was 12 years younger than now, so I was 40.
Okay.
I was 40.
Okay.
And it just came back. Everything just clicked. I was doing, we were promoting reggae parties at the time. And I just decided that I need to do something other than just doing parties. And nothing was wrong with the parties, right? Because our parties were great. But I just decided there was something else that I wanted to do. And I called my brother. I said, yo, we're going to open an open mic spot. And he was like, oh, yeah, we should do that. We should do that. Because I just wanted to get back on the microphone. And 12 years later, here I am, own nonprofit organization. I'm teaching young people. I'm teaching grown people. Every day I wake up and it's all about poetry.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So you had the idea, you know, called your brother, someone that you know, love, and believe in,
Mr.
and you
Wick.
knew would have your back.
Yeah.
We should have an open mic. And his open mic he decided was because he wanted to get on mic because he wanted to do poetry too. But you knew that other people wanted to do poetry. Other people needed a place to share what they wrote, express themselves. They need to be heard. So you decided to open up a open mic. You remember the first spot you did, the first open mic?
My first open mic spot is absolutely probably the best open mic spot I've had even to today.
Oh, wow.
And it was a little spot called Apostrophe Lounge. It was on South Tryon in South End. And the reason I say it was probably the best is because of the vibe. It was just the way that it was. Anybody who had been circulating open mics all across the city, even the people who travel into the city, were saying, yo, I've never been to open mic like that. Like it was really like you were family the moment you walked in the door.
Yeah.
If you didn't feel safe and comfortable in there, you needed to check yourself. You really did. You know what I mean? Like it was just like being in somebody's living room. It was perfect. It was perfect.
Mm-hmm. And you emceed the first one?
No, it's funny. Initially, when I started off, I was by myself, and then, true story, my cousin, who was also a party promoter here, and this gentleman named Frank, I think his name was, who had a band. It was like, yo, we're gonna do this, man. We're gonna get this band, and I'm like, okay, cool, because I really wanted a band anyway. And I had hired In So Many Words was my first host. In So Many
In
Words.
So Many Words.
Yeah, and she was my first host. And then my cousin was like, well, we should hire Blues because he has a big name. And I said, well, we're going to have two hosts because I'm not shying away from what I want. True story. I want to say about a week, between a week and a half, 2 weeks, my cousin and the band leader ghosted me. They just disappeared. Like no callbacks, no nothing.
Wow.
So I ended up hiring Chablis to open up that.
Yeah.
Night. Yeah.
What?
Open up. And In So Many Words and Blues was my host. So I'm paying two hosts, and Chablis came in, and that's how we started. That's how we started.
That's right.
That
You
is
know,
how
I hope that you guys heard that it is a nonprofit organization now that works with children and adults. I want to connect you with Dr. Deborah Job, but I want to tell you, Lena Janelle is one of our consistent viewers as well, and she works with youth using art, painting or cartooning, and she said she would love to connect with you after the podcast. So it would be great to have you speak to her students. So that would be, how would you want people to most connect with you?
Email is always great, and then we could call and whatever. I always say email so people can get everything out that they need. Like sometimes it's, and my email is coachjoshsmalls@gmail. It's very easy to find.
Okay.
Now, some people, I don't mind giving my number too, and y'all could definitely give them my number. I'm fine with that.
Okay,
I know if y'all
we'll
sending somebody, if y'all sending somebody, I know it's the real deal. So you could definitely.
Yes, absolutely.
You've always been so nice to us, but I want to say this to you, John, because in our feed right now, there's probably someone that have written something that they thought was poetic, or have poetry thoughts that they've never done anything with. They've never developed their skills, nothing. Okay. I think that you're the kind of guy that can help those people that are afraid to share their poetry. It's not going to be good enough. What do you say to those people?
So the first thing that I usually tell folks about poetry is don't compare your work to someone else's.
Okay. Okay.
Because let's use Maya Angelou, for instance, right? If I wrote a poem, you wrote a poem, you wrote a poem, and Maya Angelou wrote a poem, guess what? It would never be the poem you wrote.
Yeah.
It could be the same title, have the same information you base it off. It's never going to be someone who wrote the poem that you wrote. And in that, you should feel great because you are unique. Your work is yours. Nobody can, like they could never actually do the same poem you wrote. And I think a lot of people's, their fear is not necessarily how their poem sounds, but how their poem sounds according to somebody else's poem.
Yeah.
They're always in comparisons. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing. The moment you start comparing what you do to what somebody else does, you're already putting yourself in handcuffs. So already, okay, I've talked to, and this is over time, right? I've talked to so many poets have done some amazing things. I'm like, wow, I would love to do that. And then I didn't realize, some of these poets did these great things, but they don't have a poem sitting in a museum right now. Does that make me better than them? No, that means what I did in my time was the best thing for me. You are the best writer every time you sit down and write. And that's it. The best writer you can be every time you sit down and write.
And I've seen the pictures of your work in the museums. What's the name of the museum where it's displayed now?
Levine Museum.
Levine.
Uptown in North Carolina. Absolutely, yeah. And you got to go because I think they take it down the ending of this year. I think they start a new exhibit.
Okay.
So you got to get there now. It's been 2 years now.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
So right now, I just feel in my spirit, someone, like, what do you have? Like, if someone wanted to get under your tutelage, is there something that they can sign up for, a workshop you have upcoming, or you're building still? What you got?
I don't have any workshops set just yet, but I do workshops often. And I like to do, and I say this for everybody who's considering, I always tell people to come in a group, get a group of friends, get a group of your girlfriends, whatever, it's come in a group. The one thing about that is it'll make it more affordable, number one, right? Because it's a group, but it becomes fun. And it's no longer we're in a class. We are actually going to do some fun stuff. And I will say this, when I do my workshops, most of my workshops are based off of artwork or some sort of imagery. And it makes it very easy for people to tell a story from something that they see as opposed to something that they hear.
Absolutely.
So I do a lot of my workshops based off of that. And I love it when people say, I can't write. I'm not a poet. I love it.
Yeah, they're going to say that. But you're a creative writing coach.
That's right. So that means I'm not bringing you in to write a poem per se. I'm bringing you in to write. I'm bringing you in to be creative in your writing. You're going to create something in your writing. So you may write a short story. You may write a long story. I don't know. You may write prose. You may write. We may be talking about a topic and you turn it into life. But you're going to create something within your writing that you may have never done, that you didn't realize you have. So I tell people, no, I don't teach poetry. I'm a creative writing coach.
That's right.
What you are.
According to your level of writing, and we're going to create the best you can create. You are the best writer every time you sit down.
Now I want to take you back. Please, you got a question before I take them back?
I wanted to talk about the album.
Okay, we're going to get to the album. I'm going to bring this part, and we're going to bring, because the album is important. Long ago and oh so far away, you and I sat on a panel together for young people.
We did.
Remember that? That had to be 7, 8 years ago, maybe, or more.
Yeah.
We sat on a panel. John and I sat on a panel, him right next to me, for young people encouraging them. It was a motivational panel for young people. They had questions. You remember that?
Yeah, I do.
That was so that John was not afraid to roll up his sleeves and get in the game, y'all. He sat right next to me in front of these young people facing the firing squad.
And listen, it's tough sitting next to Brian because y'all know Brian, he got something for everything. Like you ain't bringing nothing over on Brian. So it was tough. I had to sit down.
No, but you had your flavor, man. You had your flavor that they connected with. You know, they connected with Ja. Okay, baby. You want to do it? You want Ja to introduce it?
I want John to talk about it however he wants to. But I actually had it queued up if he wanted to let us play a piece.
How do you feel about that, John?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, he said
You're
cool.
fine with that? Okay. I'm going to go to it. We're going to play us a piece.
The average seed germinates in 7 to 21 days. Depending on the environment, this process can begin in a short time. For example, a tomato seed can sprout within 5 and 10 days. So planting seeds has purpose and commands perfect time. On September 4th, 1957, a little brown girl made headlines. And I suppose the weather played fair this day because hooded shirts never made the pictures. Her assignment was simple. No escorts. I should never see pavement, baby girl. You are inferior to no one. Her destination? Hardin High School. I tried to imagine her thoughts. Every assignment sounding like white privilege. Eyes travel from notepad to exit sign. Anxiety fueling the drum line pounding against her lungs. Education was the only thing on her mind. While a mob of strangers building up against her backside. So being black couldn't make her safe. Not when America can always tell you no. And classrooms won't give you shelter, won't call your black skin home. On this day, young mouths swelled her dress like artwork. Drowned her ears in a river of hatred. Bravery was painted in the ink pens that gave her purpose. You know, most days, these grounds tell little brown girls, this land cannot belong to your skin. But all eyes on me, she said.
I'm going to let y'all have to go check the rest of it out for yourself.
Now,
That was a taste, and I don't want to get the people to come on here with copyright infringement, everything. I put the copyright disclaimer in there, but you know how they do. Go yourself
John wrote
to
that,
get this album.
and that was a tribute to, thank you, Lisa, Dark Accounts, who was in the room.
Yes, she was.
That was beautiful watching her perform that. Did y'all not feel that? Did y'all not feel that?
I'm telling you, if you got it, share it. If you got the album, do a comment or a post about it. You can get it. What's her name? Vicky got it. She said she downloaded the album on Apple Music on Friday, but I think you can get it from anywhere that music is streamed. So Spotify, Apple, wherever music is streamed at, and it is also available on YouTube for your listening pleasure as well. But we want those numbers to count. We are pushing them to Grammy level recognition because this album was all that. Every single track had me like,
yep, we were there.
And I'm telling you,
John, we got about a minute left with you, but I want you to speak directly to this loving audience. Whatever's on your heart, to share with this amazing group of people that's in the feed, the amazing group of people that watch this podcast. We know they're grown-ups. You know, whatever you got on your heart, John, this last minute is for you.
I want to say first, Douglas, who is the director at the theater that actually brought us to the theater, is no longer with the theater as of Friday. And there's a lot that's swimming around in my mind about that. So my heart goes out for Douglas. I haven't talked to him yet, but it troubles me that now they picked Friday for him to no longer be with the organization. Yeah, yeah. It says a lot with the history of that theater, and I'm not going to jump to conclusion.
Yeah.
But I want to say that that's something that's been on my mind since I found out Friday when I got home Friday night. I am a true believer in believing in yourself. That you can make things happen if you're willing to put in the work. I'm a living example of that. No, it's not easy. Yes, it's a 24/7 thing. Sometimes it's 48/14. It is a lot. But you have to remember, if you don't put forth the effort, then whatever you're doing, you're going to be fighting that journey all the time. And what better reward than to do everything for you that you need? I hear a lot of people say that, your children come first and things like that. You come first before anything, because if you're not 100% complete, you are no good for no one else. So put you first in everything that you do and learn that you count way more than you allow yourself to believe. You count and you deserve to be taken care of. And you start right at home. Take care of yourself.
Our special guest,
Thank you.
Mr.
We
John
love
Smalls.
you. We love
John,
you.
thank you so much for being a guest. We got to put you down in the green room. Do you have to hustle off, or can you hang out for a little bit?
I can hang out.
All right.
We're going to read some of these comments and definitely put
And
you
if you
down
want to
in the
add
room.
to the comments, you can, John.
Absolutely.
But thank you very much for being our guest today.
Thank you.
Thank
you. We are so excited. I'm telling you,
babe, we got the coolest friends, Lisa.
we do.
We got the coolest friends.
Robin said, "This is it." Amen. Robin jumped on right as we played that piece. I'm telling you, the seed was everything. I'm trying to get to it. Right now. Good morning, William Brown. Lena Janelle says, I think we go further back than that. But I'm trying to get to it. No, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the thing.
All right.
Hold on. I'm trying to get to the top here. Right. Dr. Deborah joined in. She said, Brian, I love your shirt, but that's okay.
Deborah says, believe in yourself is the first hurdle to manifesting your success.
Amen. Now I'm going up to the top there. I'm sorry, I can't scroll too fast.
Shirley DeJournette says, good morning to Lena Janelle. Wait.
Yeah, I got that. We got that.
Okay, I'll prepare.
Hold on. Lena says, Black Charlotte album, is it? Josh Smalls. Josh Smalls. Okay, I'm down here.
Not Josh.
Kim, interest peaked. Excited to hear this as I am growing and doing my non-regular job. That's right, my calling. Amen. Hashtag God bless the freaks. Amen. Vicky said, creative beings have a lifetime commitment to fulfill their callings. Always grinding. Even when we are not recognized, we continue to grind.
Amen.
And she was there on Friday, Josh. She said, I want to meet Josh Smalls.
We have similar passions.
I started my creative journey as a poet first. And Shirley in Colorado says,
Ja, if you don't know who Vicki Linnell Evans is, she's prominent in our city. She's the founder of
African American Playwrights Group.
The African American Playwrights Group. And she puts on plays here and in New York and all of that stuff too. But she also is not only a playwright, but she's a successful business person. She won an award for Business Person of the Year around the same time she won Playwright of the Year award.
Amen.
So I want to connect y'all to definitely Vicki Linnell Evans.
Shirley said, I love a proud Black man. Amen. And
Dr. Beverly says,
my other brother, how are you? How's the baby? Ja is the bomb.com. His thoughts are intriguing and his heart is amazing and his words express the truth. You have to just love him.
You have to just love him.
Do.
Vicki Linnell Evans says,
I'm inspired.
I'm inspired.
I'm inspired. Did I say inspired?
Yes.
I'm inspired. I'm a full-time playwright. So to see and hear a full-time poet is exciting.
Isn't it? It's exciting to me too.
Lena goes on to say, this is awesome. I knew Ja's name, but this is my first time seeing you on screen. So glad I tuned in.
I'm glad you tuned in too.
Glad
Dr. Deborah says good morning. Shirley DeJournette says good morning. Dr. Deborah. Lena says, I'd love to connect with you after the podcast. It would be great to have you speak to my students. Amen. And Vicky says, I know Apostrophe Lounge. I did a book signing there. Hey man, of course you did.
6 Degrees of Separation.
Of course you did.
Dr. Beverly says, I used to go to church with Shablik.
Yep.
Okay.
He's a cool
Vicky
guy, too.
says, yes, I know Sean Shablik Richardson.
Me and Shablik sat on a panel together, too, before, with him sitting right next to me.
Lena said, I remember the Apostrophe Lounge. I miss my spoken word days and the poetry stars I got to meet and be friends. Blues, Mecca, Fillmore, JC, got it. Coach Josh Smalls at gmail.com.
Amen.
Absolutely. Good
William
morning,
Brown says,
William
happy
Brown.
today, fam.
Happy today.
Shirley says, good morning to William Brown. Vicky Linnell Evans says,
I always say that. My calling and my assignment is unique. So
no one
can do it like me.
Lena goes on to say, great advice, and I agree, Ja. Comparison is the death of creativity. Congratulations, brother.
Amen.
Shirley says, Ja, thanks. Vicky Linnell Evans says, awesome interview.
I give myself the title of creative strategist because I don't instruct others how to write plays. I teach them how to navigate through their own unique calling.
Vicky Linnell Evans, I love that. You help them to reveal it. You don't teach you how to do it. You help them to uncover it. I love that, Vicky.
Lena says, come all the way through on the Dorothy Count Scoggins homage piece. Amen.
Lena Janelle could put a word together too. I bet Lena got some poetry in her. Robin says, oh, with 3 exclamation points.
Absolutely.
Vicky
said, I downloaded the music on the album on Apple Music on Friday. The album is
finish reading the point.
Black Charlotte album. Amen. And the point. Oh, I'm sorry.
Downloaded on Friday.
I have read it already. Okay.
I download the album on Apple Music on Friday. We'll take time today to listen.
He said, enjoyed Friday night, my first time at the Carolina Theater. It was wonderful. And Robin said, this is it. Amen. Craig says, good morning to everyone. Have a blessed day on purpose and enjoy it to the fullest. Stephanie, that is hot. Amen. Lena Janelle said, I felt chills. I must get this album. Mrs. Scoggins is a personal family friend.
I sent her a long message. I haven't met her yet, but I think of her as a walking hero. I want to meet her.
A living legend.
A living legend, yes.
Stephanie says, YouTube is my favorite. She goes on to say she's praying for Douglas. Amen. Lena is also praying for prayers for bigger and better for Douglas. Amen. We don't know what happened, but we can always pray the best for anyone.
Yep.
And Stephanie said, believe in yourself is the first hurdle to manifesting your success.
Jay Maddie loves it. Dr. Deborah says, Brian, I love your shirt. Okay, of course, thank you.
Vicky said, I said a lot. So excited to hear Josh Smalls.
Yep, Gigi Bell's. You got to meet Gigi Bell too. She's another artist, actress, producer. Gigi Bell says, good morning. I have to go back and watch the show. I'm late. You do need to watch it again, especially Josh's interview. Go, baby.
John, thank you for putting the comments. He is linked in there from his fan page. Please connect. Josh Smalls more than just a poet. Lena Janelle says, as a full-time mom and cartoonist, I do struggle with guilt whenever I lean heavily into my career as a cartoonist. Society and culture often condemn women for putting self first. Thank you, John.
John reminded you twice. When the plane loses pressure, loses oxygen, you put your mask on first. And then help your child, then help the elderly. Because if you don't put your mask on first, you can't help that child. You can't help that elderly. Okay? All of you get worse off if you don't. You said it twice in 2 different ways. Take care of you first. One of the classic books of the 80s was Looking Out for Number One.
Absolutely.
Looking out for number one. Taking care of you first. Cat Williams calls it, take care of your star player. That's you.
The only problem with that is when you fail to attend to others, but you have to put you first, right?
Lena Janelle says,
say it, Vicky. Good morning, Shirley. Say it, Empowerment Fam. Amen. And she also says that shirt is fire.
I'm glad you like it. Okay.
I am
Shirley says, have a blessed day to everyone. Shirley's got to get out of here. It's 9:43. We're right on schedule.
Hashtag put your mask on first. I'm telling you, I'm going to read real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to read real quick from This Day in African American History from Michael A. Carson. And I am grateful. Today is April the daggone.
Oh, man, we're going to have fun with the songs today because John's in the house. We're going to do his jam today, too.
Today is April the 14th.
April 14th.
In 1962, Nelson Jack Edwards became the first African American member of the United Auto Workers International
Wow.
Executive Board. In 1970, some of us got children born then. 1970, he also became the first African American vice president for that union. I'm telling you, it is happening
History's going on right now.
every day. It's still going on.
I was
today.
impressed as we was talking about how amazing Miss Scoggins is. We have other amazing people in the feed right now. So right now it's 9:44. One of the things we do here is we thank our consistent contributors. What's a contributor? Someone who writes something in the comment section. Go to the top, please. The way we thank them was with greeting songs and with greeting logos. So if this is your first time here, just bear with us, okay? We're going to have fun with it. For example, Jay Mattier is a consistent contributor. He has a song, and it goes, get ready, oh, get ready, because here Jay comes, get ready, because here Jay comes, get ready, because here Jay comes. That's Jay Mattier's Getting Ready song. Miss Phyllis George has a logo and it goes, Miss Phyllis is here.
Yes, Phyllis is here.
So clear the way.
Yes,
Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning to you, Miss Phyllis. Up next after Miss Phyllis was
it was Alfred. He doesn't have a song.
Alfred Perry deserves a jam. Stephanie Morris has a song and it goes, Stephanie.
Life has new meaning to me.
There is beauty up above.
The things we never took notice of.
You wake up and Stephanie,
You're
in
in
love.
love. Ooh.
Ooh. That's Stephanie Morris's greeting song. Uzama Ross got one too.
Bitcoin King, he's the Bitcoin King. Uzama, Bitcoin King, he's the Bitcoin King.
Uzama, good morning, brother Uzama. Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt's got a jam too, and it goes, Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt will rock you, rock you. Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt will rock you, rock you. That's Shirley's greeting jam. Vicky Linnell Evans got one too, and it goes, Vicky Evans rocks. Steady, steady rocking all night long. Vicky Evans rocks. Steady, rocking to the break of.
Rocking to the
Lena Janelle Evans got a song too. Lena Janelle's jam goes like this. Lena Janelle, baby, we get high off our art, don't know how to behave. Ooh. That's Lena Janelle, not Lena Janelle Evans. I misspoke. Lena Janelle. Dr. Beverly has a logo and it goes, Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly.
And good morning.
You and the rest of your crew.
Absolutely. I'm so excited you guys had a chance to listen to the
That was beautiful. I'm glad you had two.
Black Charlotte, the album. I am telling you that the whole show was everything. Every poet brought bars. I enjoyed it. I think I just missed Dr. Deborah.
Well, we know Dr. Deborah's in here, so let's do her song. Dr. Deborah does have a song that goes, Dr.
Deborah, non-profit strategist and funding coach.
Mm-hmm. Robin C. Stern's got a jam too. Robin C. Stern, he's
your Google guru. Teach, teach, teach.
Your Google guru.
Teach, teach, teach.
That's Robin Jam. Craig Saab.
1,000 degrees.
You'll be on your knees and you'll be burning, begging, please. Brother Freeze, Craig, let me borrow your VCR so I can dub a tape. Gigi Bell.
Gizmo's chilling. Milk is chilling. What more can I say? Top billing.
Jaw is in the house. Boom, boom. Jaw is in the house.
That's right. That's right. That's
Somebody
right.
Wondering, how do you guys get all those songs? How do y'all remember all those songs? The more you come, the easier it gets.
Hey, man.
Robert C. Stern says, gotta hit the class. My seniors need the tech training.
Hey,
and
man.
you're the man to deliver it, Robin.
Gibbs says, I sing your songs sporadically throughout the day, and I don't even know the people. Oh, that's right.
How cool is that? So Gigi might be doing anything. She might bust out with a Jaw is in the house or a Vicky Evans rocks.
Lena said, thank you for my song, Brian.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
welcome.
Is that the last comment?
Yes, that was
okay, good. All right. So we got all our stuff done. Did y'all enjoy y'all today? I sure did. He inspired me. Don't you just feel like leaning into whatever God gave you a little bit more after talking to him?
That should be a motivational thought. Lean in to what God has instructed, inspired,
He put that seed in
intuited
you.
in
What?
you. Absolutely.
Whatever it is God put in you, okay, is yearning to be fully expressed.
And only you can express it in a way. There's no two like it. There's not another person who has the same title who is going to do it exactly like you. It doesn't matter. Every one of us is individual.
Y'all
and
know
unique.
the classic, I don't know what you call it, metaphor about the man on his deathbed and surrounded by images of angry people.
Hmm.
And he's like, why are y'all so angry with me? Because we're the dreams that you had. We're the talents that you had that you never gave us life. You never brought us out. You never let the world see what we had within us. So now we go to the grave with you because you never let it live. Whatever that thing is, don't be on your deathbed having spirits angry with you because you didn't give birth to them.
God is amazing.
And he is.
And so are you. And we ask you to take your unique skill and take it and unleash it on the world.
We're going to get out of here. John, don't leave, please.
Do it today. And in the meantime, in between time,